If history repeats itself, I believe this upcoming year, 2024, we will have another ammo shortage. So in this video today, I'm going to go over a few things that you can do to avoid being caught up in the middle of the ammo shortage and how to make it last for a shorter amount of time. So when I say an ammo shortage, what I mean basically is, like if you go to any one of your big box stores, Bass Pro, Gander Mountain if there's still even a thing, Academy, just any type of store, Cabela's, something like that, the shelves are cleared out, and when they do get in a shipment, you have to line up outside along the front door and just wait for them to open to go inside and get your 1 or 2 boxes of ammunition. So right here, which is November 15th, 2023, we have really just come out of our current ammo shortage, and now we're headed right back into one. So 2020, COVID, so peaceful the protests were. That's just now, like, we're just recovering from that. So the prices were coming down, and they were starting to resemble some of the prices around the 2019 time period, when before the pandemic, when there was a lot of excess ammo being produced and not a lot of demand. So 5.56 was about $380, $400 for a 1,000 round case. And then the whole Israel terror attacks, and Israel then invaded Gaza and all that kind of current event stuff happening right now. The prices just jacked up instantaneously. Like overnight, 5.56 went up to like $450, $500 per 1,000. And now, as I record this right now, it's right around $600 per 1,000 rounds. So it's gone up $200 in just the last 3 or 4 weeks, really. So I suspect we're heading into another shortage, supply and demand, that whole thing. Any presidential election, regardless of the current events at the time, guns sell just like they've never sold before. Ammo, people can't buy enough ammo, which it's not like it snuck up on them. We know when our elections are, so people should have been prepared, but the average person, they're just, they live day to day and don't think ahead, in my opinion. So I believe we're coming up on another ammo shortage, and I'm not one of those like, ooh, fear, go buy 5,000 rounds and have on hand. I'm the exact opposite. So how I believe, and again, this is just my opinion, so let me know in the comments whether you think I'm right, in the middle, I'm just a complete idiot. So let me know in the comments, because we love a good unlike Joe Biden, I am willing to debate. So meet me in the comments, I'll be there. So how I believe you slowly stop and reverse the ammo shortages is don't participate in the panic buying. So when there's a flood of people going in the store, don't be one of them. So if you're a gun owner and you have 2 or 3, you have an AR, a couple pistols, a shotgun, you're just like you're not really super into guns, you have some, that they're necessary for self-protection. If you find yourself where you're completely out of ammunition and you have to go stand in line to get your 1 box that they allow each person to get, like, that's on you. Like, you should have been prepared already. Like, at least have, 1,500 rounds of each caliber on hand. That's just common sense stuff. So if you get to that point where you're in line, like hoping you get a box of 5.56 or something like that, like, that's on you. That's your fault. So, if you're in that position, sure, go get a few boxes and, learn from your mistakes, hopefully. But if you're like me and you have, 1,000, 2,000 rounds for each caliber, and it's not like I'm gonna run out next week, don't go and buy it when it's at the highest price and it's the lowest availability. Because these big box stores, when they get in a shipment, they have to raise the price of it and put a 1 or 2 box maximum on each person. Because if it was normal price, say, 9mm, $17, $18 a box right now, $15 some places. If they had that price on every box and no limit, one person's just going to go in there and max out his credit card and buy all of it. So they have to raise the price to make that not an option for your everyday person. So back in 2020, some of the boxes of 9mm at these like mom and pop gun stores a 50 round box of 9mm was like $50, which is completely insane. But the people who never had a gun, they go buy their first gun, they have to buy it because that's all that's available. So you want to avoid that, because when people are lined up out the door and buying the stuff as soon as it hits the shelf, that just tells the manufacturers and the distributors and the big box stores that we can charge this price and people are going to buy it, whether we they're going to buy it regardless, because that's their only option. So if you have some at home and you have enough where you're not going to run out, you may not be shooting as much at the range, you might be dialing that back a little bit to conserve some of your numbers. Don't get in the line, don't buy it, because the more that sits on the shelf, the less the big box store has to order each month, and then that goes back to the manufacturer and they look and say, okay, so they're not ordering this much, so they're starting to keep some on the shelf, and then it's just a supply and demand trickle down effect from the manufacturer to your big box store. It just kind of goes back and forth however the market is. So the biggest thing, and you may say, oh, well, that's easy for you to say, like you have ammo. Well, as of right now, November 15th, 2023, all my local stores still have it on the shelf. So go get some. It's not as cheap as it was, but that's, what can you do about that? So go get some now, so that if and when our next shortages, you don't have to participate in the lines outside of a store. You don't have to spend $50 for a box of 9mm, which is insane. That just hurts me to even say it, that it was that expensive. So really that's all you can do, is don't participate in the panic buying, and don't participate in the extremely outrageous prices. Now, like I said, if you have to, sure, go get you a few boxes, have enough to defend yourself, but that's the only way to stop and then eventually reverse an ammo shortage. So you just have to not participate. You don't buy it, let it sit on the shelf, let it sit there for weeks and weeks and weeks, and then the companies will say, hey, this ammo's sitting, like we're gonna have to lower the prices, or don't send us as much. And then the factories, the manufacturers, they start getting backed up, they have pallets of it sitting, and that's when the prices start coming down. I remember in 2019, 1,000 rounds of 9mm was like $169, and they had a rebate on that where you cut off the barcodes, you send them back, they'll give you a rebate on, like, I don't know if it was 10% or something or another, but that's what they do when they have a ton of inventory and they can't move it. They have to lower the prices, and then they have to do incentives to get you to buy it. Now, realistically, we're probably 2 or 3 years away from any of those rebates again. I purchased a few months ago a case of 5.56, and it had a rebate, and I think total it was like $300 for a case of 5.56, which is a very, very good price at the time. It may have been like $315 or something like that, but now it's going for $600 a case. So $600, it's going to take a long time to get back down to that price of $300, $400 even. I mean, that's a good price compared to $600. So just do not participate. I know it sounds, oh, well, I've got to go get some ammo. Well, just get enough to get you by, and then stop participating until the prices start coming down. I know it's counterintuitive. Everybody wants to shoot, everybody wants to have fun at the range, but you should have been prepared. You should have had some on hand already, and you should never get caught in a situation where you've got to get some. You should always be prepared. And, ammo shortages, they happen like every 5-6 years, and the same people are back in line at Academy, at Bass Pro, at Cabela's. They don't learn. So maybe, just maybe, you can learn this time. If you're one of those that have zero, your round count is 0, maybe now you'll learn, have a few hundred rounds, slowly step it up each month. But really, that's it, guys. That's my opinion. Like I said, let me know in the comments down below what you think the solution is. Again, I'm not trying to promote panic buying. I'm trying to, hopefully get you guys prepared where you buy a little now so that you don't get caught with your pants down. But let me know what you think down in the comments. I'm always up for second opinions, and I like to hear what you guys think. So definitely let me know. If you enjoyed the video, drop us a like, and if you want to see more videos from us in the future, consider hitting that subscribe button. We appreciate every one of you who view our videos, and we'll see you guys on the next one.